You wake up before the alarm. Not because you have to, because you decided it last night. The room is still, air slightly cold, the kind that makes the blanket feel heavier than it is. A thought slips in, soft and reasonable. 5 more minutes won't matter. Another one follows. You were tired yesterday. Nothing dramatic, no speeches, just a quiet suggestion. This is where moose days are shaped. You sit up anyway. No rush, no hype, just movement. Feet touch the floor, cold, real. You don't reach for your phone. You don't check anything. You remove the option before it becomes a debate. That's the first shift most people miss. Discipline isn't about forcing action. It's about removing the exits. You start. Maybe it's training. Maybe it's work. Maybe it's something slow and invisible. It doesn't look impressive, but it counts. Because you showed up without negotiating. Morning passes. By midday, the world is louder. Notifications stack up, messages blink. Someone sends you a clip. Just one video, harmless. Your screen lights your face, bright, easy. You tap it. Half a second. Enough to fall in. You scroll once, then again. Now you're leaning back. Shoulders drop. Time softens. Then you catch it. That small slip. You lock the phone. Flip it face down. Push it just out of reach. You turn back to your desk. The chair feels harder now. The work looks heavier than it did an hour ago. Your eyes are tired. Your brain resists. You open the file anyway. Read the first line. Nothing sticks. Read it again. Still slow. You don't wait to feel ready. You stay. That's the second shift. Discipline isn't about intensity. It's about staying when leaving would be easier. Minutes pass. Focus returns in fragments. Not all at once. Piece by piece. You build momentum the same way you build strength. Through repetition, no one applauds. No breakthrough. No sudden clarity. Just progress. Small. Quiet. Real. Most people quit here. Not because it's impossible, but because it's dull. They chase energy. You build tolerance. They need to feel good to start. You start. And feeling follows later. Then suddenly it's a week later. Days stack. Not perfectly, but consistently enough. And something changes that isn't obvious at first. You start trusting your own instructions. You say you'll do something, and it gets done. That sounds simple. It isn't. One evening you're at your desk again. The room is dim. A single lamp. Your tea has gone cold beside your hand. The document is still open. Half finished. You don't feel sharp. You don't feel inspired. But your fingers keep moving across the keyboard. Line by line. Thought by thought. Not fast. Not perfect. But uninterrupted. That's new. Most people break promises to themselves so often. They stop believing anything they plan. You don't. You become someone who follows through, even when it's inconvenient, even when no one is watching. That changes how you move through everything. Less hesitation, fewer excuses, more execution. Time passes. At 7:12 p.m., you sit down and open your laptop without thinking. The work compounds in ways that don't show daily, but internally there's less friction. Starting feels easier. Stopping feels wrong. You notice it in small moments first. An hour opens up, and you don't rush to fill it with noise.
Wasting hours feels off, like wearing someone else's clothes. You can sit in it, but it never quite fits. Not guilt, just misalignment. You don't need motivation as often. You have a default. And here's the part no one expects. Discipline gives you more freedom, not less. Because when your actions are decided in advance, your mind stops wasting energy on choices that don't matter. No daily arguments. No constant resets. Just direction. You don't wake up asking, "What should I do today?" You already know. It feels like walking into a room with the lights already on. You move faster because you think less about whether to move. There are still off days. Days where everything feels heavier than usual. Your shoulders slump. Your eyes burn. Even simple tasks feel sticky. Like moving through thick air. You don't romanticize them. You reduce the target. Do the minimum. Keep the chain intact. Because missing once is an event. Missing twice becomes a pattern. So you protect the pattern. That's how this works. Not by being perfect, but by staying in motion. Eventually, the results speak in a different way. Not loud. Not sudden. Just a quiet shift. Things that used to take you hours now take less. Decisions that once drained you barely register. You respond faster. You hesitate less. It's not that life got easier. You just stop making it harder for yourself. And you feel that difference before anyone else sees it. It wasn't a single decision. It was every time you turned the phone face down. Every time you reread the same line instead of quitting. Every time you stayed when it was easier to leave. And now they add up. Not in a dramatic explosion. More like pressure building quietly until things shift. Your standards rise. Your actions match your plans more often than not. That's enough. You don't need to be extreme. You need to be consistent enough that your life can't stay the same. So tomorrow morning, when that same soft voice suggests delay, don't argue with it. Just move. Before the conversation gets longer. Because the outcome isn't decided in big moments. It's decided in seconds most people ignore. And if you protect those seconds, everything else follows. Win the moment. And the day has no choice but to follow.